Hello everyone, this is Rachel taking a look at Maria Thus Biodynamic Calendar for September 2022. Apologies if this video is a bit shaky, but I'm on holiday in Gondra in Portugal, so this is where I'm bringing you the video from. It's absolutely beautiful here. It's all the corn starting to be harvested. Okay, so if we take a look at September, the year's moving fast and there must be lots of harvesting in your garden to do now. But when we take a look at the calendar, the first thing we tend to look at is the new moon and full moon. This is the full moon here on the 10th of September. And the week before the full moon tends to be a very auspicious time for sowing your seeds. Now, there's still plenty of seeds to be sown. So on this flower day here, you could still be sowing your hardy annuals, cornflowers, calendula, poppies. We've got a fruit day here, so you could start your broad beans and peas now, some overwinter varieties. I tend to do mine in October, but lots of people like to start in September as well. So these fruit days here would be a good time to do that. Still time to sow your salad crops. So on this leaf day here, you could be thinking about your spring cabbages, sowing your spring cabbages, your spinach, your salad leaf like Mizuna, rocket. And then we have a root day here, so you could be getting some radishes into the cold frame, sowing turnips still. The next rhythm to look at is Peregrine Apogee. This is denoted by PG in the solar and lunar events. That's perigee, and AG, apogee. Now, AG is when the apogee is when the moon is furthest from the Earth, and perigee when it's closest to the Earth. Now, this is very watery influence, and it's always denoted with these grey lines in the calendar. And that means there are no beneficial forces to be working with. So it's not a good time to be working your soil or sowing seeds. So the next rhythm to look at is this northern transplanting time, denoted by a green band, and the southern transplanting time, denoted by the pink band. And if we turn over the page, you can see this better. So the northern transplanting time is the time when the moon is descending in the sky, and it's a time for us in the northern hemisphere to be working with the soil. So that can be anything from top dressing with compost, planting and transplanting, spraying your horn manure onto the soil, anything to do with the soil life and soil activity. So if we take a look at the second half of the month, here in the root time would be a very good time to be putting in your autumn onion and shallot sets. And on these flower days you could be thinking about dividing perennials and also transplanting any flower plants that you have, like wallflowers. But September is all about the harvest, and so if you're thinking about harvesting for storage and for processing, then southern transplanting time, the pink band, is a good time to do that, because that's when the sap is rising. So fruit for storage or processing, you would want to use a fruit day, any of these fruit days, and at a push a flower day. And roots are time and time again shown to store better if you harvest them on a root day. So if you've still got shallots to come up or your potatoes, harvesting them on a root day will mean that they store better and for longer. In previous videos I've spoken to you about a beneficial time to be spraying horn manure and horn silica. If you're pushed for time, it's a monthly rhythm, and that rhythm is here on the 22nd of September. It's the moon in opposition to Saturn, and that is a time of real balance and harmony in the cosmos. And if you spray your horn manure on the 20th, the evening of the 20th, and then your horn silica on the morning of the 21st, that is a really great way to get your preparations onto the land this month. Now it's also still seed gathering time, so if you're gathering seeds, you gather them on the appropriate day for the plant that you're gathering. So if you've maybe got some lettuce going to seed, then you would gather that on a leaf day, and so on. Now don't forget to make sure that your seeds are fully ripened on the plant before harvesting. And when you harvest, a really great way to store these seeds, to make sure they're fully dry before you put them into envelopes, is to take some of the stalk and hang it up with a paper bag over the top, maybe tied round with string, and then any dry seeds will fall automatically into the paper bag, and you can make sure that they're fully dry then before storing in envelopes, making sure you label them properly. Okay, have a wonderful September, and I will see you in October. Happy harvesting. Bye-bye.